Good evening. It is 9:30 exactly right now, and I'm just waiting for the students to show up. This is the online language community. I hope you hear me pretty well. Um, we are going to wait a little bit in order to begin this session, and let's see if the students decide to join us tonight. Okay, let's see some of the students that just subscribed for this session. Um, okay, let me see if I got them here. Okay, here they are. For this session, it says that Andres Castro Riascos is going to join us tonight, and then Maritza Montoya. Um, so let's see if we can make it, if they can actually show up to this web conference. Well, not web conference, online encounter. Um, let's see, I'm going to send an invitation to them. Um, okay, so I'm going to invite Marita Montoya. And let me see. Okay, let's see here. Adrian Riascos. Oh, yeah. Andres Castro Riascos, sorry. Yeah, that's his name. And let's see if he can join. Okay, I have already sent an invitation through Gmail in order that they can join this session anytime. So let's wait a little bit and see if they decide to show up for this night. Mm.
Good evening.
Good evening. Hi, Maritza. How are you?
Hi, teacher. Fine, thank you. And you?
Pretty good, thank you. Good to see you this night.
Uh, uh, it's nice to meet you too. Nice to meet you too. Okay. No. Yo iba a decir, pongo la cámara. No, la cámara ya está puesta. Okay. So I see that only are you and me. No more. Yes.
Yeah. It's just the two of us this night. But I think I don't know. We are having a little bit of connection, networking issue. But yeah, I think I hear you now pretty good. There was another student for this session. Then I think it's going to be the two of us. So have you ever joined these online sessions before?
Teacher, sorry, but the sound is terrible. I don't hear you good. The sound is not well. It's not a well. It's not well. It's not well at all. It's not a well sound. The sound is bad.
Okay. Can you hear me better now?
Okay, yes, but in the other that you say, I don't understand. I didn't understand the first
Right
part
now?
that you say. But in this moment, yes,
Okay.
I can.
Okay. Mhm. Better now?
Mm, okay.
Better for you?
The truth is, I don't know how to say entrecortado.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You can hear me well, or the sound is regular. Okay. The image is stop the image stops the image. Teacher, hello, hi. Image stop it. Okay.
Maritza?
Yes. I don't know what happened, but you I see on the image was stopped. Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but you can hear me now,
De,
right?
o sea, muy entrecortado, demasiado.
Maritza?
Quedas quieta y así toda lenta, o sea, lenta la imagen, no, y el sonido grave, no, terrible. Yo creo que es el internet. Es-
Grave. Me voy a... Espérate, a ver, me voy a mover. ¿Qué tal ahora?
Uy, sí, oh yes, very good.
Ay, tendré que sentarme acá. Ay,
Ah, you are so far to the machine, maybe. Okay, machine. Yo digo machine to the machine to the Wi-Fi, maybe.
yeah. Sounds better now?
Oh, very good. Yes.
Okay, sounds good then. Okay, Maritza. Um, Welcome to the session number 7 of this online encounter from the language online community. And first of all, our topic, I'm going to share with you my screen in order that you can see the content for this online session. Sounds good? Okay, let's
Fine.
go. Okay, can you see clearly the screen now?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay, so this is the Lile Online Language Community, the session number 7, and the topic for this session is going to be haven't we met before? Things to avoid to say in the first meeting. Okay, but I first of all I would love to hear more about you, Maritza, since it is our first encounter together. So I would love to know where are you from? Uh, what do you do for living?
Okay. Somewhere else? Only that? Okay. Okay. So, I am from Colombia. I live in Bogota. I live with my mother, my sister, and my 2 kids. Okay, kids? No, maybe. My bigger. No, is the taller? No, is the okay, younger. Okay, the younger is 12 years old, and the oldest. Okay, the older? No, the older. Yes, the older or the oldest? Oldest. I don't know. Okay.
The oldest.
Okay. Yes. Thank you. The oldest is 18 years old. When I have a I had a job the first 2 weeks in February. I am a teacher. But the kids, only kids, uh, they they are from maybe 6 years to 11. I work on Saturdays in the morning, somewhere else. Uh, and before that, I was teaching English to teenagers, but I presented a exam in Berlin, and I had a level, what level? B1. But for that work of the teenagers, excuse me, I need B2. So for that reason, the groups, I didn't teach more for that groups. I had 2 groups that of teenagers. So in this moment, I only work with the children on Saturdays, and in the weekdays, I I am doing the practices to the course pedagogical experience one, and sometimes I had other works, but per hours, no more. One more else about me. Uh, no more. Okay. Okay.
Maritza,
Yes.
do you consider yourself a religious person?
Religious? Religious. I'm sorry.
Religious.
Okay, about the religion? I don't know. Yes, religion? No.
Do you
Religious.
consider yourself, yeah, a
Ah,
religious person?
okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. I don't go every Sundays to church, but yes. Yes. I
Hmm.
am religious. I am Catholic. Catholic. And sometimes I go to the church to pray. Yes. No, not is always, no, but is usually. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, because I don't believe in God and I don't like Catholic or anything. Yeah,
Really? Oh my god.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't like Catholics. I think church is a bad thing for the world.
Okay. Okay. Yes. I understand that. Okay. Is normal that some uh, uh, persons, people, some people think about that. But for example, in my case, I I know that the priest, no, I don't know how to say padre, cura. How
Hmm.
I say cura?
The praise. Yeah.
Okay, praised. Okay, I know that the praise or all the or maybe the some priests have many. Excuse me. Liz, contesta que es mi mami. O Santi. Okay, I know that they had many. They they do they do many bad things. Yes, but okay. I think I believe that the all the people need to have okay uh, an spiritual essential because sometimes we live excuse me okay we live difficulties and our heart is hurt. So I think that in that cases, for example, I pray. Um, I
Okay,
okay.
Maritza.
I
Thank,
forget.
thank you so much for your answer. Actually, as we were seeing, the topic for this class is things to avoid to say in the first meeting, right?
Yes.
So, how do you feel when I ask you about religion and I say and I do negative comments about it? How do you feel about that?
Okay. Is okay. Is strange? Strange. Extraño is strange. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's strange because, for example, my friends or neighborhoods, they are or uh, Catholics or Christianos. I don't know how to say Christianos. Yes, but a few. No, few, no, little, or seldom. Okay, no, is a little, very little person I know that don't like the religion. Okay, but I respect that. Maybe I think that the person who don't like the religion maybe have their reasons because I don't know. Okay,
Okay.
personally, but I respect that.
Maritza, you have done a pretty good job in this first exercise. And this first exercise, I just ask you some of the bad questions you can do when you first met someone. For example, asking for religion or do negative comments. So I think the person is going to feel like pretty uncomfortable with these questions at the first time, right? Like it is not a topic to actually bring when you just first when you first met a person, right? So so you have done a pretty good job, and I bet you feel pretty uncomfortable when I just say, oh no, I am not a religious person, I don't believe in God. But it was just an example, and we were doing an exercise. But I'm actually pretty Catholic, and I do believe in God too. So
Ah,
sorry.
okay. Okay. Sorry.
Sorry, sorry for that. I just wanted to show you and just create that uncomfortable situation that can happen when you, well, in this case, me, just ask pretty bad questions in the first encounter, right?
Okay, okay. Now I want to know. I want to know. I did good or not?
Okay, you did pretty good. So now we are going to, I think I send you the information and the contents that you need in order to develop this online session, right? I send you the link with the web page to Skype, and it was about
Ah,
haven't we met before?
the exercise.
Yep.
Okay. I need to open. No.
Do you already listen to the audio in the web
Yes.
page?
Yes, I
Okay.
did. the
Mhm.
exercise. I had a good result. The listening, but in the sentence, I have 50%. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. So in this case, we are going to answer some questions about the conversation. I don't know if you want to listen to it again or if you already know the answers, or you think we can just answer these questions and you remember everything that you need.
Okay. Okay, listen to answer the question. What was the conversation about? Okay, yes, yes, I remember.
Okay. So the first question that we have is, what was the conversation about?
Okay, the conversation was about they they met in another time, in the last time, but she remembered him, but he remembered the name of her, excuse me, of her. So they begin to talk, and he says, what is the, he says, I haven't, okay, wait a second, this is the question. Okay, this, excuse me, he he said, he said, eh, haven't we met before? So she said yes, and he said, but yeah, he remembered her name, so he tried to with S. So she said she said him, yes, it's with this, but they are not, because he said Sherry, Susan, and the last, he say Sharon. Then they talk about talked about the what he asked her, what do you doing? So she was studying, yeah, in the school, education, as a teacher or something like that.
Yeah.
And they and he was talking about the he's a student too in marketing.
Uh-huh, that's good. Yeah. So, from the conversation, who were
Teacher,
the characters?
who the he is Todd Ben, he's Ben. I don't remember, I
Mm-hmm.
can't remember it, but I think he's Ben, and she is Sharon.
Uh-huh, very good. And where do you think the conversation is developed?
I think it's like a jar. No, jar maybe in the, but in the inside the school. I think is
Uh-huh, very good. Yeah.
a
Yeah.
break.
So, yeah, probably is in the university, right? In the campus.
Yes, the campus. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So then, is there any vocabulary that you don't understand from the conversation?
Oh yes. For example, it is on the tip. It is on the tip of my tongue. I in that moment I can't identify that. For that reason, I can do I can't do the sentence in the order that, the words. Yes, and the other was memor memorable. The other was overseas.
Mm, okay, so the first one, memorable, is something that you will remember, something really impressive. For example, you went to a trip to and that trip was so amazing and it was memorable. It is something remember your whole life. So it will be memorable. Yeah.
Okay. For example, when my children were born, it's real memorable for me. Yes, a real situation.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
Uh-huh, pretty good. And then overseas is
Oh,
something in other country. For example, if you study in other country, it means that you study overseas. Or if you work in other country, you you are working is in other country.
okay. For example, my brother in this moment is in Australia. So I say, my brother is overseas in Australia. Yes, something like that. No. Yes.
Uh-huh. My brother is overseas, right? Or yeah, he's in Australia. That's
Okay.
good. That's
Okay.
pretty good. Okay, and what does it mean? What is TESOL? TESOL, TESL. Do you remember?
Oh, maybe this is an exam. Yes. I don't remember that. Sorry.
Well, not exactly. Well, it's just English as a second language.
Oh my God.
Yeah, do you remember the girl from the
That
listening?
was studying. She. Yes.
Yeah, she exactly.
Okay.
That's right. Yeah, you remember pretty good. Okay, very good. So we are recovering our topic. So our topic is actually what to do not say in the first meeting, right? When you first met a person. So when you first met someone, which impression do you want to do in that person? Yeah. Wait.
I, okay.
Sorry, I'm
Okay.
just yeah. Okay. Just okay. Yeah, Maritza. When you first meet someone, which kind of impression do you want to cause in this person?
Okay. But the person to me or me to the other person? I don't understand that. Oh,
Like, for example, you meet someone.
yes.
Which kind of how to say impression do you want to meet? Do you want to do in this person? For example, you meet a new teacher there in the school that you work. Which kind of impression do you want to do to this person?
Okay. Oh, is to me to the other. Okay. I okay. I like to do or I like the sincere. Okay, so I am sincere when, for example in the interview in the institute, I he asked me and I answer all the truth. And I don't know, I think it's necessary to say uh, all the things that I know and I don't know, maybe that I feel, and that and also that feel don't feel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so in this case,
But
when you first as someone that is going to work with you, maybe you want to cause a good impression in the other person, right? You want to look pretty good to the other person in the fact that you present yourself pretty well, and maybe you want to show that you are intelligent, that you are professional, that you have really passion for your job and everything, right?
yes, yes.
Okay, so
Okay.
in
I
mhm.
Excuse me. But what happened? I don't have that. I don't the eloquence. I don't have some eloquence. A lot eloquence. So I only wait that he or she or they ask me, and I talk about that. Because, for example, in that interview, the coordinator, she asked me about my defects, and my defects, and the other is the positive things that I have. Yes. So I don't, because I am shy. For that reason, maybe I don't. I for example, in this case, I have nervous. and with the nervous, I forget the words. Okay.
Okay, but in Spanish, I bet you are pretty good at introducing yourself and showing a great personality, right? So
Yes.
in this case, when we first met a person, we there are some things that we need to avoid in order to just do not create a not a situation or feeling like the one that I create with you when I first meet you and ask you like about religion, and I start to do negative comments about religion and everything, right?
Yes.
Like that doesn't feel good. So we are going to see some of the things that we have to avoid when we first meet someone. Okay.
Okay.
Which things do you think? Like, think about the things that you dislike
Okay.
or that you don't find proper that a person will ask you or ask someone in a first meeting.
Okay. Yes, I have to. I have to. In this moment, I say
Hmm.
okay. Is uncomfortable. For example, when the person asks me about the boyfriends, for example, or if, because I am separate, but I never say I am separate. No, I am single. No more. But I don't like talk about him. Uh,
Hmm.
other maybe. Oh, maybe. Well, okay. For example, when I don't have work, I don't like to talk about that because it's uncomfortable because I have a son, so I have responsibilities. So if I don't work, so he or she says, "Oh my God, you don't work, and what happened with the
Yeah,
is terrible." I feel
that's right.
yes. Hmm.
Yeah, exactly. So actually, those are really personal things, right? So it's like meterse en el rancho. Just
Yes,
something like that. Yeah. So, okay. So, the first thing we are going to see is actually to make negative comments. When you first meet someone, you want to cause a great impression, you want to maybe create a friendship, you want to get to know that person, right? But when you just introduce yourself and start to do negative comments about, for example, your job to a person that you just have met, you don't know that person. You don't even know that person, and you are saying negative comments. Maybe this person could be, for example, a relative of the boss, and you are speaking badly about the boss. That would be like pretty, how to say, problematic.
yes,
Yeah, exactly. So do negative comments in the first when you first someone can be pretty bad. Not just because you are just creating a bad impression in the other person, and because also because instead of making negative questions to the person that doesn't have anything to do with those problems, you can actually just contact the person that you have the problem with. Uh-huh. So instead of doing negative questions when you person one, it's pretty good to actually say good things about your job. Just think the things that you love about your place of work, your how to say coworkers and everything. So
yes.
yeah, the first thing to avoid when you first someone is to do negative comments. Okay. Let's go with the next one. Money related topics. I think you mentioned something about do not have a job. Yeah, exactly. So when you were saying that if a person will ask you about your job, you will feel like not of your business, right?
Yes,
So actually, money related topic is somehow the same, right?
yes, yes.
Like How would you feel if I will ask you, how much do you earn or something like that?
Oh yes. For example, I in the real life, I the people never ask me about that. But for example, I was a friend. Oh, is insoportable. I don't know how to say insoportable. They talk about all the time when they was meeting. We met in the, for example, in the store, or maybe in his apartment. They talk about all the time a lot of the money. So I uh, I bueno, no sé cómo decir, me cansé. So okay,
You got
I
tired.
okay, got tired. So I asked him, okay, what do you win? What do you win? Or what is your, I don't know how to say, sueldo.
How much do you earn, or what is your salary?
Okay, yes. I asked him, what is your salary? So in that moment, she closed his mouth. He didn't talk about more the money. So I say, okay, I don't understand, because you talk about all the time with money, money, money. I have a good job. I had no okay, etc. So in that moment, I say, okay, no more. And I when I ask him, he didn't talk about more about this topic. Is
Oh,
but it's
pretty,
uncomfortable, yes.
yeah, pretty good. I think you like you end up that how to say pretty uncomfortable thing just in a smart way. Like that way, he just shut and never speak about money anymore, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah. So it is pretty uncomfortable to be asked about money related topics in the first minute. Okay,
Yes.
sounds good. Next one is illness or hardships. Do you know what the hardships are?
Okay, illness, I don't I know that is enfermedad, but hardships, maybe,
Mhm.
bueno, hard is fuerte, pesado, but ships, como relaciones. Yes.
But
Ah,
easy relationships, or what do you think?
okay. Maybe okay with the illness. I don't have problem with that, because I don't have a serious illness. Maybe when I met people, because I I had lived that. They talk about that. Really, I say the truth. For example, yesterday, o sea, it's a situation, it's enjoy, no, a fun situation, because I met yesterday a girl. We are in a meeting. We were in a meeting yesterday, and she talked about the illness and her life when he was working in, okay, near to Chia, maybe near to Chia. She was working for 6 years. So with because her sister said her that, okay, finish your work and go to Medellin. She with her money. Sandra is her name. Sandra gives to, or gave to her sister the money when he go out the work, and they traveled to Medellin. When they arrived to Medellin, the sister forgot all the job. He she she become a bad sister, because for 1 year she didn't the job that the promises that she told her to Sandra. They didn't do anything. So Sandra had to work, but in Medellin, she told me that the people are very regionalista, regionalist, re, no, regionalista,
Regionalist.
regionalist. So she lived in many bad moments. Then she came back. She came back with her children. For example, in this moment, she don't have a good relationship with the system, and it's obviously because she stole her, and she lost her job in Bogotá, and she illness. Okay, se enfermó. I don't know how to say illness. He had illness for that reason. And
Oh, for all of the problem.
yes, and I am saying serious. Almost I cry. I cried for that. Is very hard that situations.
That's pretty bad. So actually, when you just first meet a person and you speak like about topics like this, it will make the person feel bad, right? It will how to say counts a pretty uncomfortable situation, not just for you and also for the person just
Yes,
that is speaking with you, right?
yes. Yes, that situation was very hard for her. I thought in the situation when he lived all that horrible times.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's hardship. Going through a bad situation or going through a problem or going to, for example, divorce or when
Ah,
you lose someone, that's hardship. Going through a difficult moment. Okay.
okay. Yes.
Okay. So I think the last one is going to be religion. Of course, there are lots of topics that you have to avoid or we need to avoid when first meeting someone. As we see, the religion is something pretty tricky and just we have differences all over the world. I think religion is pretty hard topic.
Yes.
Yes, yeah. So it is maybe instead of speaking about religion, we can just speak about other things that we can feel proud about, like our success in our job or our
Ah,
hobbies and other things, right?
yes. Mhm.
Okay, and politics,
Oh,
especially these days in Colombia.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty difficult to speak about something like that because everyone has a different point of view, and there are some people will love Petro, and there are some people that dislike Petro or something like that. So if you want to argue with someone, just speak with about politics, and yeah, that's enough. Yeah, that's enough to break any friendship or at the first sign. Yes, like that. So, sexual orientation,
Mm,
it is pretty unpolite. Like you meet someone and say, "Oh, are you gay?" That will sound like pretty uh, unpolite, right?
yes.
So, sexual orientation is another topic to just avoid when you first a person, right? Expectations on the other person. For example, you are going to meet the boss and you say, "Oh, the boss." The boss. And then when you meet the boss, you are like, oh, or something like, well, yeah.
I,
So it's better not to speak about expectations on the other person when you first met that person. Like, oh, I thought you were taller, or oh, I thought you were like skinner, or something like that. It will be awkward and pretty uncomfortable to just mention things like that, right? Uh-huh. Okay. And anything about pregnancy. For example, do you imagine
oh,
yourself just asking a woman that you just are meeting, like a new teacher, and you say, "Oh, are you pregnant?" And then you realize she say, "Not, I'm not pregnant." It would be like pretty uncomfortable, right?
yes, yes. I
Yeah.
I I leave it that when I had my first son. Oh, it's terrible. It's
What
terrible.
happened?
Because for the whole family, I did a bad decision. I take it a bad decision for that because I don't I in that moment I was 17 years old. So for my family, my dad, my mom, my uncles, my aunts, my grandpa, my grandma, when they noted, they saw that I was pregnant. Oh, I had very bad experience for that because all are furious and angry and
Yeah, like
no,
you feel like everybody is judging you, like looking with your eyes and, oh, you did wrong, and make you feel bad about it, right? When
yeah,
it is something natural, just pregnancy is a part of our life, and it's pretty beautiful to have a baby, to have uh, your son, your daughter.
yes, but
So, but it is something that is so personal and that doesn't have to mention in the first meeting, because it can create misunderstanding, and maybe you can be wrong thinking about someone that is not pregnant, but you say, "Oh, are you pregnant?" That will make the person feel bad, right? Okay, so there are many other topics that you can just try to avoid when you first meet someone for the first time, but I think our time is over right now.
yeah.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. I have loved this conversation with you. This session had been like fabulous. And sorry for the exercise at the beginning if I make you uncomfortable a little bit, but it was part of the
Sorry.
plan.
No, maybe I did a wrong feel. No, I don't know. But okay, it's a good exercise for the future.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Thank you so much for your participation this night. I hope to see you again in another encounter. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and also please write down on your chat, and I'll be attentive. Okay?
Okay, thank you, teacher, so much. Thank you, thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Have
Have a
a
good night.
you too. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.